A millionaire cowboy rescues a freezing nurse. Their love story changed history. The winter of 1887 descended upon the Wyoming Territory with merciless force, turning the open plains into a frozen sea of white where even the strongest men feared the night. Snowstorms arrived without warning, railways stalled, and entire towns were left isolated for weeks. It was during one such storm that Eleanor Whitmore arrived at a lonely train station on the edge of Cheyenne, unaware that she was stepping into the moment that would change her life, and history, forever. Eleanor was a trained nurse from the East, sent west to care for injured railroad workers after a recent accident. The journey had already tested her limits. Delayed trains, scarce food, and sleepless nights had left her weak. When the train finally stopped, the station was nearly deserted, its lamps flickering in the violent wind. The cold cut through her coat like a blade. She took only a few steps before her legs trembled and gave way beneath her. As snow settled silently over her still body, the frontier claimed another soul, or so it seemed. Miles away, Caleb Hartwell rode through the storm toward his ranch. Known across the territory as a millionaire cowboy, Caleb had built one of the largest cattle empires in the region. His wealth was legendary, but so was his solitude. Years earlier, he had lost his family to illness during a harsh winter, and since then he had buried himself in work, believing success could shield him from grief. That night, as he passed near the train station seeking shelter, something caught his eye, an unnatural shape half buried in snow. Caleb dismounted and rushed toward it, his heart pounding as he realized it was a woman, barely breathing and frozen nearly beyond saving. Without hesitation, he removed his heavy coat, wrapped it around her fragile form, and lifted her into his arms. The storm raged as he mounted his horse and rode hard for his ranch, refusing to let the cold steal another life. For 2 days, Eleanor drifted between life and death. Caleb never left her side. He fed the fire, warmed her frozen hands, and spoke softly, urging her to return to the world. When her eyes finally opened, she found herself staring into the concerned gaze of a stranger. He told her she was safe, and though she barely had the strength to respond, she knew she had been spared by more than luck. As Eleanor recovered, she learned who Caleb was, a powerful rancher whose name commanded respect and fear in equal measure. Yet she also saw the man behind the reputation. Disciplined, reserved, and deeply kind. Snowbound by lingering storms, Eleanor stayed at the ranch, soon resuming her work by tending to sick ranch hands and treating frostbite and injuries with practiced care. Her compassion quickly earned the trust of everyone on the property. Caleb watched her with quiet admiration. Eleanor was unlike anyone he had known, strong yet gentle, intelligent yet humble, fearless in a land that often dismissed women's strength. Evenings found them sitting by the fire, sharing stories of their pasts. Eleanor spoke of leaving the East to escape a life already decided for her, while Caleb shared the weight of leadership and the loneliness that came with responsibility and wealth. Slowly, a bond formed between them, one built not on rescue alone, but on understanding. When spring finally thawed the plains, Eleanor received a letter calling her back east. Hospitals awaited her. Her career beckoned. Standing once again at the train station, she felt the pull of two worlds. Caleb walked beside her, his expression calm but his heart heavy. He told her he would never ask her to stay. Love, he believed, must be chosen freely. Eleanor looked at the man who had saved her life, and at the land that had given her purpose she never expected to find. She realized that healing was not confined to hospitals and cities. Sometimes, it was found in places broken by hardship. She chose to stay. Their marriage the following year was quiet, but its impact was profound. Together, Caleb and Eleanor transformed the ranch into more than a symbol of wealth. Eleanor established one of the first frontier medical centers, offering care to cowboys, settlers, railroad workers, and native families alike, without discrimination. Caleb funded schools, improved labor conditions, and used his influence to promote fairness in a ruthless era. Their love became legend, not because it was born of romance alone, but because it reshaped the West with compassion. Years later, Eleanor would tell young nurses that history does not always turn on battles or gold, but sometimes on a single act of kindness during the coldest winter night. And the plains remembered the millionaire cowboy, the freezing nurse, and the love that changed everything.